Defenses are ill-prepared, allies have not come. Over 100,000 Mongols now approach the city from every side. The din of their march and their horrible shouts builds like a rising tide before the great house of Abbas. The paths out are blocked. Hulagu Khan means to spare none, and the lonely walls of Baghdad must now bear his fury. The Mongols entrap the city with their own walls and a ditch, and on January 29th of the year 1258, the storm begins. Great stones pound the walls and streets. Day and night the Mongols charge against the gates. People wail and stagger about to the sound of their wretched fate. The frantic caliph attempts belated negotiations. Hulagu rejects them. Catapults bring down a strong tower on the eastern side, and the stirring sea of Mongols flows over the high walls. In the thousands they sweep over the ramparts, killing all the garrison they find. Joining them are some thousands of their subject Christian troops from Armenia and Georgia, eager to join the cause against their Islamic foes. As Mongols pace along the city walls, throngs of refugees pack onto boats, and the Dawatdar joins their escape, only to look out and see the Mongols have built bridges over the river. They launch stones and incendiary projectiles at the boats attempting to leave. They capture 3 vessels and kill everyone aboard. The Dawatdar turns back to the city, and the caliph sends him to personally submit to Hulagu. The weary Abbasid soldiers follow. Thousands of warriors cast down their weapons, joined by hopeful civilians in peaceful submission. The Mongols divide them up, lead them from the city, and kill all of them. The heads of the Dawatdar and 2 other officials are sent to their friend, the governor of Mosul, a reminder to those who have not yet submitted. The king without an army, Al-Mustasim, finally emerges to surrender, and Hulagu did not exhibit any anger, but asked after his health kindly and pleasantly. After that he said to the caliph, "Tell the people of the city to throw down their weapons and come out so that we may make a count." The caliph complies. He is taken prisoner, and the Mongols receive the people of Baghdad in the tens of thousands, and they pluck apart shaking families, mothers and infants, old and young. A few they spare as slaves and craftsmen. They kill the rest. Seeping hills of heads and bodies stretch like a sallow sheet over the whole plain. Then begins the long pillage and massacre of the city. To undermine civilian resistance, Hulagu had promised to spare some segments of the population, including the minority Christian and Shia Muslim communities. He holds true to this word, and he sends the Mongols house to house, street to street, to slaughter everyone else. Hulagu and his retinue go to the royal palace, and he commands the caliph to serve him a feast. Hulagu says, "You are the host and we are the guests. Bring whatever you have that is suitable for us." The caliph trembles in fear as he opens his treasuries, hordes of fine clothes, gold and gems amassed over 5 centuries. The Mongols take all of it. Not even the dead escape their wrath. Mongols tear open the royal tombs, drag out the hallowed bones of old caliphs, and set them ablaze. A witness scratches words on a nearby wall. The women were dishonored, as their living were killed and their dead were burnt. Once great mosques and palaces are devoured by flames. Houses of wisdom lie in charred ruin, and riven corpses glut the waterways. The putrid air carries flies and pestilence. One chronicle records, "The dead lay as mounds in the streets and the markets. Rain fell on them. Their faces were disfigured, and they became an example to anyone who saw them." The dead are said by some to number as high as 800,000 to 2 million, one of the greatest atrocities in history. The stench and bloat of this foul scene offend even Hulagu, who moves his camp out of the city. On February 20th, he summons the caliph and his followers. The Mongols believe that heaven will curse any who spill noble blood upon the earth. And so, it is likely, they rolled the caliph of Baghdad into a carpet and trampled him to death. the Mongols kill nearly all his family and his followers. In the eyes of many, the line of succession from the Prophet Muhammad has been cut. This is a wound the Islamic world shall never forget. A golden age laid to waste by the house of Genghis Khan. Over the next 2 years, the Mongols continue their conquests into Syria. But in Egypt, there stands a great Islamic power. Hulagu Khan sends messengers to demand the surrender of these so-called Mamluks. The Mongol envoys never return.